This is a small pouch that I take with me wherever I go. It fits into all of my bags, and it has a few little things that make life a lot easier and help me take care of some of those small emergencies that can come up, whether in your city or you are going for a hike in a park. So let's see what I actually have in there. Biodegradable doggy bags. Whether I'm in the woods or in the city, I don't like to leave poo behind. In the city particularly, people get really angry at dog owners because obviously then they soil everywhere and it's not pretty. And Iberia really likes to go to really posh area to shop, and so I try to kind of do my civic duty, and it's more my civic duty towards my dog to make sure that I leave everything clean, and people will be happy to see dogs when we go to those places. I also always have these with me. So this is just basically simple tape that you can use with a bigger bandage if you need it. It's really fantastic for humans as well. If you have a blister or if you think you're gonna get a blister, then you can kind of cut a little piece and put it on you. I think it's fantastic. Particularly in the summer, I have really delicate feet, so it comes in handy. And this one is also really good. It's vet wrap, and it, as you can see, it stretches really easily, and then it sticks to itself, so that should Iberia get a splinter, which actually has happened, or should she walk on glass and maybe cut herself or anything, that I can quickly bandage her up and then I can take care of it when I get home, but at least I will keep the area clean. And to stay on theme, I also bring a sterile pad with me, again, for me or for her. You just never know when you're going to need it. It's small, it's light, and you know, why not? And of course, some Q-tips. These things come in really handy. I mean, makeup patch up, or to actually clean something, should Iberia hurt herself, or to clean her eyes if something gets in there when she's rolling around at the park. They come in really handy. I put them in, as you can see, a little plastic bag to keep them clean. And I mean, they're super small. I mean, you saw that pouch is super tiny, so really, really handy. So next I have something for me. This is actually Tylenol. I really kind of always like to have it with me. I don't really use medicines a lot. I try to be really careful and try not to actually use things that I don't need, but I always like to have it with me should I need it, so it's always in there. This is another must-have, tweezers. Obviously, with a dog, you never know if you're going to have ticks to take off, or like I said, a splinter, and this happened actually downtown Milan. It was roses were being cut and Iberia walked on it and got a splinter. It's fantastic to have, but also for us, hangnails or anything, I can take care of it. They come in really, really, really handy. And finally, we have these, my homeopathic remedies. So the first one we're going to talk about is this one. This is Apis. And this is fantastic when you get stung by bees or wasps. And I have actually used this. I was in a city park walking around in Iberia, and I'm not sure how this is possible, but she got into a hornet's nest, one of the ones that are on the ground, and the next thing I know, she's covered in hornets all over. I, cleaned her up and ran away, hoping they wouldn't follow us. Ran to the vet. It took me about a half hour to get to the vet because obviously you're in traffic and have to get there. And obviously, I did take her right away to the vet, and we took care of the swelling with cortisone, and she was monitored. But before getting to the vet, while I was trying to get her there, and then afterwards, while we were waiting for her to feel better, I did use Apis. It's a very good remedy, so I always like to have it with me, just kind of as support. Next, I always have Arnica with me. As you can see, these are two different kinds. I have Arnica, the simple things, at the 30 ch, which is the same as Apis. It's a really good dilution, a really kind of a base dilution. So aches, sprains, falling, anything, I have it. It's come really handy because I'm really clumsy. So this is basically mostly used on me, but should I need it, I have it. And I also have this one, which is a 10,000 K dilution. It's a Korsakovian dilution. They're a little bit different than the traditional C or CH, depending on where you live, hundreds dilutions. And if you know for a fact that you are giving the remedy exactly at the right time for the right thing, then you can go with something that has this high of a dilution. Obviously, I'm a homeopath, so I know what I'm doing, so I like to keep it. And the last one I have is this one, Lachesis. So this is really good for emergency in case of snake bites. Now, I'm actually going to remove it from my little bag because here in Germany, I just found out we have no snakes. But when I lived in Italy and whenever I went into the woods, then I knew that I needed it because there are snakes, vipers in particular, and in the spring it can be a little bit dangerous. So I try not to go in those areas, but you never know. And when you're in the woods, then it can take between an hour or two to get to a veterinarian. Iberia is a small dog, so it's even more dangerous for her. And I just wanted to have something to be able to support her before, during, and after taking her to the vet in the recovery. So it can be really helpful. And talking about seasonal things, I also always have this with me. So this is my homemade spot on product. It's again ticks, fleas, and mosquitoes. I use just a simple tiny syringe that I use to get it out. And I like to have it with me because should I go to a new park that Iberia doesn't know, I'm not sure if there's going to be fleas or ticks, and I can just kind of put it on her and on me at the last minute, and it will keep us safe. And of course, I have a video, I'll link it up here for you, with the recipe on how to make it. It's super easy, super simple, super cheap, and really, really effective. And you can see you can have it in just a little jar like this, or even kind of on a roll-on, a little bottle, and keep it with you. I mean, it's fantastic. And I actually also take it to the woods when we go hiking in the woods. So awesome thing to have. Check it out. And despite the fact that I live in Europe and it's very, very dog friendly, I always have this with me. This is just a light, soft muzzle. And I found out that there are places, like when you go on, what are they called? Oh my God, wait a minute. Expat problem. Cable cars. Cable cars. So I always have it with me because despite living in a place that's super easy on taking dogs with you, there are places like cable cars, like some museums, where dogs are allowed, but only if they have a muzzle. Now make sure when you're using this that you keep it quite large. The point is not to keep your dog's snout closed. The point is to make sure that they can't open it fully so they could possibly bite someone. Make sure, especially in the summer, make sure that they can pant. But it's really nice to have, and as you can see, like it's super tiny. I actually have a couple. Before I had this little bag, I used to just have a couple in each of my bags, just so I didn't have to worry about it. So yeah, super easy, super simple. Obviously, this is for small emergencies because I live in a place where I can easily get to a vet. This is definitely not the kind of kit that I would take with me if I went in the backcountry hiking for a couple of days, clearly. I hope this gave you a little bit of inspiration of some of the things that you can put together to have kind of a very, very small, easy to carry around dog preparedness plan, but you can see that there's things for me as well. And I'm curious, maybe you have something else that you put in yours. So if that's the case, then go ahead and leave me a comment below. I'm really curious to see what you have. If you like this kind of video, give us a like, helps to spread the word, and go ahead and check out our other videos. We have a whole channel dedicated to dogs, cats, how to take care of them, holistic health, and of course, natural nutrition. Thank you for watching us. Give your cats and dogs a gift from us, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.